Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in SmackDown Live. Who needs Raw?
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it Raw. Oh, baby, I like it Raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw pay-per-view predictions. Today we're going to talk about Roadblock, End of the Line.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like that Traveling Wilburys theme they got going there?
Yeah.
Special guest hosts at Roadblock, End of the Line.
Jeff
Jeff
Lynne.
Lynne, Tom Petty,
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan. Harrison's dead. Orbison's dead. Roy Orbison was a treasure.
Yeah.
He was an absolute
I think
treasure.
he is in contention easily for the greatest singer ever.
I agree with that completely.
He had the best voice.
He had, like, When I Go to Heaven, right? I want his voice, probably like the Everly Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they're angelic as well.
Yeah. But Roy Orbison had...
Oh, man, he was an angel.
Fantastic
He looked a lot like
range.
my grandma, too. In
Yeah.
his later days, he looked a lot like my grandma. Except with, like, a Beatle black wig on.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, he was great.
Love Roy Orbison.
Yes.
Here on Going In Raw.
Yes, we do.
Why do we have a fucking Slapnut shirt behind us, Larson?
Well, because if one of us loses predictions...
Steaks! That's
Yeah,
the word,
steaks.
steaks.
I wish there were steaks right here. I'm hungry.
I wouldn't mind a steak right now in my mouth.
So, whoever loses...
Oh, God. Man down.
Whoever
Man
loses
down.
has to wear this shirt for a week.
Yeah, they do.
Well, not this one in particular. If you lose, you have to wear this shirt. I have my shirt at home.
Stop touching it. Just leave it be.
Okay.
They can see it.
Sorry, it says Slap Nuts, a Jeff Jarrett shirt.
It's a Jeff Jarrett shirt. Nobody wants to wear a Jeff Jarrett shirt.
No, I'd wear it for a week, and it was horrible.
It was like, and did you appreciate too that on the last dirt sheet when you called in remotely, I used a still of you wearing the Slapnut shirt.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So I ensured that you wore it during the entire duration because you were trying to wiggle out of that.
No, I wasn't trying to wiggle out of anything. I just
Definitely a wiggle. That was
accidentally put it in the dirty clothes, and it got washed, and
dare I
it
say
kind
a
of
dick
broke
wiggle.
up. It broke up the week I had to wear it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Dick wiggle. So Roadblock, End of the Line.
End of the line.
Yeah. We've got some predictions to go
7
over here.
matches.
7.
Some interesting storylines.
Yes.
Leading up to Roadblock, End of the Line.
Yeah.
So let's start with the pre-show, which we'll see Cass
This is so bizarre.
against Rusev.
Cass is a face and Rusev is a heel, and
Yeah.
yet the reason they're fighting are for diametrically opposed reasons. Rusev is completely in the right in this situation. He should want to tear Enzo limb from limb. Enzo literally was going to go to try to bang Rusev's wife.
I was reading an interview with Enzo this morning where he was talking about trying to add some layers to his performance during the hotel room segment.
Okay.
That was on Raw a couple weeks ago, where he got in Ric Flair's limo. He was ready to go.
Yeah, he was
And then
hard.
and as he approached the hotel room, he realized what he was doing and was trying to get himself out of that situation.
They're trying to retcon this shit. Whatever low-level WWE writer that's watching this show is trying to retcon out of that. He's trying to say, oh, my God, fucking A, what am I even thinking? Of course, Enzo is the heel in this situation. Let's go ahead and have him experience some layers and depth and complexity to Enzo Amore. Anyways, continue.
No, that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I gave some pause to it. Yeah, no, he wanted to fuck. He was there to fuck. Lana texted him a picture of an asshole that she found on Tumblr. Wasn't actually her asshole. And then I do love it though that it was just like the most. It was just like such a non-risque picture of her.
Oh, it looked like a headshot.
It was just a headshot of her. Like, what the hell was that all about? Like, if she wanted, like, so recently on Lana's Instagram, there's a picture of her post-workout, and she's wearing like sort of, it's either a sports bra or like a bikini top. It looks like a sports bra, but anyways, like her boobs are everywhere. Like, there's so much side boob to be seen in this picture, and she looks amazing, right? if he would have busted out that picture and said, "Oh," because it kind of looks like, "Hey, this is a selfie I'm taking because I want to F right now," like that would have made some sense. But instead, it was like this really immaculate black and white picture.
Yeah, it looked like it had some diffusion filters on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Anyways, Cass versus Rusev. Rusev goes over easily.
You think so?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? There is no question here. They want to keep Rusev strong, man. They don't give a shit what they do with Cass. Cass and Enzo are not priorities, and they realize that they need Rusev to remain strong, and Cass and Enzo will be over no matter what.
Cass has yet to eat a pin, though. Well, that's not true. He ate a pin in the Universal Title 4-Way.
This might be the kind of thing where Rusev doesn't go over clean, where he cheats to win, where it might even be a DQ because he's just beating the crap out of Cass too much. It could be one of those things. Regardless, like if Cass wins, it's going to be via DQ. Rusev is going to look strong here. He's going to be one to look strong here.
I'm saying Cass wins.
Okay.
I'm going with Cass.
But can we agree that like what matters here is who looks strong?
Oh yeah, Rusev will look strong.
Rusev will look like the aggressor, and he will look like the strong one coming out of this.
Yeah.
So I say Rusev wins, but that it could also be a Cass win by DQ.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to say. Or
no. You can't have it both ways.
I can't have it both ways.
Because you can't have it both ways, because then you're calling two different finishes to the match. Either Rusev is going to win or Cass is going to win. You have to make a call. That's what predictions are.
I know, but if Cass wins by DQ, you still win?
Yeah, because I'm saying Cass wins.
Cass by what?
Doesn't matter. I'm saying Cass wins.
Oh my god! But I want specifics. This is
I mean,
predictions.
like say during the match, Enzo comes out and interferes and costs Cass the match, and Rusev wins by DQ. If you picked Rusev, I wouldn't quibble about that because you said Rusev was going to win.
Rufus. I wish his name was Rufus. Okay, let me think about this.
So make up your mind. Is what I'm saying. One or the other.
All right, I mean it's gonna be Cass by DQ then. I'll put it that
Okay.
way. No, well, let's see here. How hardcore do they want to go? Cass. I'll say Cass by DQ.
You have to say Cass by anything. Just say Cass.
I like the extra point for calling what kind of match it's gonna be.
We didn't decide on that.
You're just trying to get out of like giving a definitive answer. You're trying to get out of the intellectual argument here.
I'm not trying to get out of any argument.
Cass wins.
I'm saying
Cass by pin. Cass by what?
I'm saying based on how we have done this previously, it's irrelevant how someone wins.
Extra points.
Wins.
Extra points. Also, we need to talk about kayfabe corner.
Why?
I kind of feel like we should get rid of the 6 real, 6 fake aspect of it.
Just as many real or fake as you want. Could be all fake. All right. That's fine.
Ooh.
I stopped trying to count the 6 and 6 a long time ago.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I have, and I've been doing much better since
I know, but there's always the I don't agree with that completely. I think you're completely bullshitting right now.
It's not bullshit. At least I'm not consciously trying to count them.
I think you are. I think there's always there's been a lot of fakes. I'm going to go real.
Well, yeah, but that's not in my mind keeping track of the 6 and 6.
This will eliminate that. Yeah, yeah, of course it is.
No, it's not.
It's not counting,
but it's loosely keeping track of the ebb and flow of your list.
Yes, correct.
That's not the same as counting along with the reals and fakes and keeping
very
track
close
of them.
to it.
It's not.
All right. Do I say Cass by DQ or Rusev?
Just make a choice.
I'll go Cass DQ.
Okay.
Which still should give me some extra stank. If we
well, let me ask you this: the last takeover, I got the order of the matches correct when I wrote them out here. Do I get an extra point for that?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Just every little stipulation. Okay, how about this? I have an idea.
Let's just move on.
Listen to this.
Because now you're just being silly.
No, listen to this.
What?
This is how we're going to do it.
This thing is so big, I feel like I need to drink it like I'm a 2-year-old.
This is what we're going to do.
And then if I was Alabama, I would spit it everywhere because that's awesome.
For just calling the matches, we're going to go straight down the line.
Okay.
In the event of a tie,
okay,
all these little side bets will come into play.
All right.
So if we're tied and somehow Cass does win by DQ, then you get that win.
So you're saying, in your opinion, Cass is going to win by a clean pin?
I'm not going to take that outside the realm of possibility.
Okay.
But if Cass does win cleanly, shouldn't you get that wrong then?
See, that was okay. I'll put it this way, dude. Look, here's the thing. I'm not looking for hard and fast rules. I'm saying how do I think they're going to book this? I think they're going to book this either Rusev looking strong and Cass coming out on the weekend of that. Now, sometimes that can mean a win via DQ because Rusev
I understand all that. This is all administrative stuff. I'm talking about. How are we going to keep track of who has to wear this friggin' shirt?
I think in certain situations there should be some extenuating circumstances. in certain where we agree that they make
so
sense.
this is what we're gonna do for this. We'll try this out. If we feel like it
Kendrick
doesn't work.
Swan, TJP. I know Rich Swan's gonna win.
Yeah, but hold on.
Rich Swan,
Hold
clean
on.
pin.
Hold on. We'll try this for now. For now, regardless of how Cass wins, you get the dub.
Okay.
But if it's a tie, then the DQ will be taken into consideration.
Okay.
We'll try that this time.
Well, I don't get the dub if regardless if Cass wins because you're saying Cass is going to win too.
Well, I mean, you get
regardless.
You get that point.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Next, yeah, Rich Swan's going to win.
Yeah, of course he's going to win that. Can he handle this?
It'll be a good match, though. It'll be a really good match.
Should be fun. Yeah. It's not going to be a show stealer. What's going to be the show stealer? Sami Zayn, the next one.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn.
That's the one that's going to get the crowd.
Strowman wins. But I think we both agree. There's no Zayn last 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Easily. Well, not easily, but he will.
Rollins versus Jericho. Is there anything on the line here?
No. So Rollins should win.
Rollins ate the pin against Owens. Did he fight? He hasn't fought Jericho on Raw.
No.
And Rollins, Rollins wins.
Rollins wins. I mean, the only way Rollins doesn't win is if Triple H comes up.
Sometimes they do that weird shit where Jericho wins when he shouldn't.
Well, here's another thing, too, that what if Owens comes out and tries to help Jericho and actually helps Jericho win?
I think it's going to be the opposite, though. I think Owens might come out and try to help him, but Rollins ends up winning him, and that further splits the two. I think that's probably far more likely.
Well, I thought of a scenario, too, where Jericho loses this match clean, and then there's a backstage segment between him and Owens, and Jericho kind of says, all right, I realize we need to work together because we're just not winning separately. And so Jericho comes out to help Owens win the main event, but ends up costing him the match. Or something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
New Day versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Like I said,
are you going to stick?
New Day, every time they're going to win.
I'm going with Sheamus and Cesaro.
You better get that.
We got to differ in some respect.
You better get that shirt washed, sonny boy. So here's
the thing. I don't want to get everything right and you get everything right just to lose on whether Cass loses by DQ or not. That's lame. That's a lame way to lose.
See, I like it. You're going out on a limb like I usually do.
Yeah.
Charlotte. They can't end her streak now. Not at end of the line.
Well, I mean, the show is subtitled "End of the Line."
The end of the line. Charlotte wins. Charlotte feuds with Bayley. Then Bayley wins the Rumble and then wins the belt off Charlotte at WrestleMania. Sasha Banks goes on to feud with Nia Jax. This is written in stone. Written in stone.
No, it's not, because nothing when it comes to Vince is written in stone, Steve.
He's gonna wake up tomorrow and or on Sunday and realize that that's the only way you can go.
You know what? If I'm going to go down, I'm going down.
You're gonna go down big?
Yep, I'm saying Sasha.
Big time.
So I still feel like
you're just being me now. That's so weird.
I'm sticking to my guns, saying
weird.
that Sasha Bayley is the money match at WrestleMania.
All right.
I'm sticking with that.
Not a chance. Not a Charlotte is the heel foundation of the WWE.
I understand. It could still be a triple threat match, but Sasha's going to be in that match.
Could be a triple threat match. You're
Could
right
be.
about that, but it's not going to be Sasha Bayley. Charlotte's going to be in it like Flynn. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. I have such a hard time believing Kevin Owens is not going to walk out as Universal Champion, but I have such a hard time believing that Roman Reigns is not going to walk out Universal Champion. It's end of the roadblock, end of the line. I'm talking about there's already one change of the guard with the women's title. I think Owens is the safe bet. But then Roman Reigns is the safe bet.
Now you're talking like me. Safe bets.
They're both the safe bet. There's no safe bet here.
I wonder if the
betting odds.
Yeah, roadblock.
Roadblock.
End of the line.
End of the line.
Let's see what the money is on right
betting
now.
Odds.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
I don't think this is what I wanted either. End of the line. Happy to be alive.
I don't know if there's any odds out yet.
End of the line.
Doesn't look like it.
Lyrics. Traveling. I don't want the Metallica version.
Metallica covered that song?
I don't think they covered it.
Oh,
they have
a song called End of the Line.
They happen to have a song, yeah. You can sit around and wait for the phone to ring End of the line.
I feel like we should start doing these
can get
predictions
on the-
later in the day after the betting odds have been released.
You
Then
can get on the betting odds now. I know, but those go all the way up to like Saturday. Look at Shawn Michaels' cross-eyed face right there. Waiting for someone to tell you the betting
anyways,
odds.
I have to make a
End of the
prediction
line.
here.
Yeah, betting odds.
I already looked. They're not anywhere. I'm going with Roman Reigns because I feel like for some reason they don't think that the Jericho-Owens feud needs the belt.
Okay.
And they might think that having Jericho maybe cost Owens the belt will kick up the feud an extra notch, which I don't necessarily agree with.
Yeah.
Granted, that kind of throws everything we had thought was going to happen at WrestleMania with the Universal title out the door, because who is Reigns going to face then?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea. But it just seems like the D-push of Reigns is over, that he's going to get that belt back.
Man, there was never a D push of Roman Reigns.
There was for about 2 weeks when he
on an episode of Raw. There was a D push.
He ate pins like 2 or 3 matches in a row.
He ate a pin against Finn Balor,
And then he ate a pin against Rollins beat him clean for the belt before Dean cashed in.
And then eating a pin against Roman.
But then he
against
ate
Seth
another
Rollins
pin
is
too.
not big of a deal. Oh, here we go. Rumble odds. I want. Man,
I don't think they've been released yet, man.
They already have odds for the Rumble.
You know, that's weird. You mean for the Rumble match itself? Or for a card that hasn't been announced?
For the Royal Rumble.
Let's recap here.
Okay.
Cass versus Rusev. We both say Cass, although you say Cass by DQ.
Hold on, let me think about this really quick.
See, I read that Vice Sports article about WWE and about Vince.
Did you read the Young Bucks one?
I read part of it, yeah.
Did you read the bit about AJ pulling the Young Bucks aside, saying, "Have you guys signed your contracts with New Japan yet?" And they said, "Yeah, we just signed." And he said, "Damn it." And they said if they hadn't signed yet, there's a good chance AJ would have convinced them.
Wow.
He said we would have been coming out on Raw with Anderson and Gallows.
That'd have been awesome.
I know. What a bummer.
Wow.
That's great. What do I think is going to happen? Cass wins by DQ. Either way, you're going to get Rusev's music playing in the end.
Yeah.
Because they always do that whenever you're standing tall.
Yeah.
What happened in their match on Raw?
They didn't have a match on Raw. Or did they have a match on Raw?
Cass came out and started talking shit.
Yeah. But usually in the pre-show, the faces win.
Why is Rusev in a pre-show?
I don't know. I like this is the one match that we've probably had the most
The
conversation about.
pre-show match, I know. Because, okay, okay, so what else do we have? Damn it, where's my notes? Here we go.
We differ on New Day and Sheamus and Cesaro. Yeah.
We differ on 3 matches. And this is the 4th. This could potentially be the 4th.
Yeah.
I'll say Cass by DQ.
Okay.
Because I think this is the kind of thing where Roman's going to be so infuriated. He's not going to care what the result is, and so
Okay.
he's just going to
That's
destroy
fair.
Cass. That's what I'm going to say. Cass by
What I was
DQ.
going to say is that 2 of these 3 matches were me just saying, all right, we got to do something different because I don't want to lose by a tie.
No,
and
I
get
agree.
At that point with a DQ.
What's going to be annoying is if I like that I called this so specifically, but I don't care. Whatever. I'm good. I'll wear that damn slapnut shirt. I don't care.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm going to be wearing that slapnut shirt.
You feel like I do every single predictions. I always feel like, man, I just made a lot of really, really bad choices. The New Day are not going to drop those titles right now to Sheamus and Cesaro at Roadblock. End of the line.
I don't know, man.
We can sit around and talk about Cass and Rusev
I don't
all
know.
day.
I don't
End
know.
of the line.
I don't know.
Who wants some donuts in their gut? End of the line.
I understand your rationale for saying the New Day are going to win and keep winning, and I
Win.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to lose on a tiebreaker.
End of the line.
I don't want to lose on a tiebreaker.
You can go down and lose on
If
a tiebreaker.
I have to wear this shirt, well, not this one specifically, but my shirt, then I'm going down.
Yeah. You're going to lose and
Going out on the ledge,
slap-nut
taking some
shirt
chances.
and
It's
be
funny,
happy
before we actually
about
had anything on the line, all my predictions
I know, it was so
were really well thought out.
Strong style.
Well thought out.
Predictions.
And now I'm like,
Big time.
I just don't want to lose on a tiebreaker. That's my
lead.
reasoning for these last 3
Biggest
picks.
electoral college victory ever.
It's not true.
I love that shit. All right, anyways, that's it for predictions. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the Dirt Sheet.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.